All right, June is Pride Month, and some of the country's largest Pride events are happening this weekend. The one in San Francisco, which is already underway, is expected to draw a crowd of over 500,000 people. The biggest day for the crowd is expected to be on Sunday. And BART, the Bay Area's public transportation system, is adding more service than ever before. And police, they're stepping up their presence. And if you're going, they are asking people to leave their large bags at home. And then also on Sunday, ABC News is celebrating Pride Month with a special streaming event called Pride Across America. They are featuring 5 hours of live coverage from the Pride marches, including the one in San Francisco, of course. So you can stream it on ABC platforms or Hulu if you're a subscriber. And tonight we're going in depth for Pride Month. Fighting for LGBTQIA plus rights in the U.S. military has been a battle since the creation of this country. Here's a timeline of key events. LGBTQ plus Americans have bared arms in defense of this country. Gay soldiers were court-martialed and drummed out of the Continental Army on charges of sodomy during the American Revolution. There are also stories of some 800 women who dressed as men and fought during the Civil War. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, the U.S. military discharged soldiers for homosexual acts, even in the absence of any explicit prohibitions, with a blue ticket. The blue discharge marked them as having undesirable habits and traits of character and could be issued without a time-consuming court-martial. These exclusionary practices continued well into the 20th century. In 1920, the Articles of War of the United States of 1916 was modified to make the act of sodomy itself a crime. This was the first express prohibition of homosexuality or homosexual conduct in the U.S. Armed Forces. By 1949, the Department of Defense standardized anti-homosexual regulations across all branches of government. However, these policies did not stop LGBTQ plus Americans from passing screening tests and serving in the armed forces. By the 1970s, an LGBTQ plus service member found to have engaged in homosexual conduct more often received undesirable discharges. During his campaign for president in 1992, Bill Clinton promised to end the ban on gays and lesbians in the military. However, after several important members of Congress objected to the change, a compromise was reached that pleased no one. The Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy allowed gays and lesbians to serve, but not to talk or act upon it openly. The policy remained in place until after it was repealed in September 2011. After this, an estimated 114,000 service members who had been separated from military service since World War II became eligible to have their discharges amended. In 2013, after the repeal of the Defense of the Marriage Act, the Department of Defense announced that it would provide spousal and family benefits to service members in same-sex marriages. On the 10th anniversary of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell repeal, President Joe Biden announced that the Veterans Administration would start providing benefits for service members who received other than honorable discharges.